All good, G. What's good with you, bro? I can't hear you, buddy.
I'm good, man. How you feeling, man?
Oh, man, all good.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on CJ to come in here because I got to go in a little while, but I'm going to have live running, so y'all will just be in here. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. What's going on with you, man? How you feeling?
Oh, shit, I'm all goody, man. Shit, got off earlier, got to the crib in time to take care of some business. Shit, now I'm just cooling out. Trying to find my damn lighter.
Right.
Fuck that dude.
Did you say? What up, CJ?
What's up, bro?
Yeah, man, I got to get everybody out of here like 7:30. I got to go, but I'll be back. So I'm about to set up the live and everything. You know how to do the camera views and all of that type of shit. So you can keep it like this if you want to. You know how that goes, but
all right.
Yeah. I know Alan wanted to watch the Caleb Williams conference, but I don't know if I'm gonna have time to put that up there.
Is that
What's up, CJ?
What's going on?
I'm good, bro. No word from Alan? Nope.
What up? What up? I haven't heard from Alan. No, man. I haven't heard from him. What's going on to the 11 people in the building, man? I'm G Walker, CNG Podcast. It's our draft episode. I got Shad in the building, CJ in the building. Hopefully these gentlemen turn their cameras on for you guys tonight. And other than that, man, we hanging out, chilling, man. We're going to pretty much, CJ, I'm going to move your other one. What the hell, CJ? What? Yeah, that's it, man. We're going to go through it. You know, y'all got to, what up, Cable? CG, what's up, bro? Cable God, what's up, man? You ready for the draft, bro? It's getting ready to go down. Please comment, please share the live and everything else. We appreciate all the likes and the follows and the comments we can get, man. So yeah. Cable God, what's up? Yeah. But yeah, I haven't heard from Alan right now. So I'll be in here about 7:15, y'all, and then y'all got the show, man. Y'all commentate, do what y'all do, and then when I get back, we probably ain't gonna pick who we need to pick, so I'll be back. Oh man. I'll be right back, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be the one to do it. 6 minutes remaining on the clock in round one for the Las Vegas Raiders to make their selection, the first pick of this year's 2026 NFL Draft. Voice you're hearing is your boy Shy Goody. So far this offseason, for anybody tuned in, all the talk has been around Mendoza. It's pretty much been a unanimous understanding of who's going to be selected one here. Going back a couple years, over the last couple years, they've drafted, offensive talent, Brock Bowers, Ashton Jeanty, and now in another first pick overall, Fernando Mendoza. That's three. I guess you can look at pillars offensively for the Raiders if you're trying to look at something that they can stand on. Trying to figure out if Mendoza is a franchise guy is kind of difficult in terms of like evaluation because he doesn't do one thing in particularly better than anything else. I think that's why Kirk Cousins was brought in as a free agent. But all things considered, man, this should be an opportunity for the Raiders to have three core pillars for their offense moving forward. If it's going to be on the good side, Brock Bowers, top 10 talented tight end in the NFL. Ashton Jeanty, same thing, top 10 talented running back. And Mendoza, when you go number one overall, the expectation is for you to be a top 10 player at your position over the first 3 years. So we'll see, man. It's definitely going to be interesting. It's no longer the Geno Smith era at Raiders Nation, man. It's something that's completely different. Dude out of Big Ten looked pretty good, man. I only watched like 4 games at Indiana this year. But from what I saw, he looked like pretty much a prototypical system QB, drop pack passer. Very good in terms of his mobility within the pocket, and on third and shorts, he can scramble for a first down, so he's not a big stiff. He showed some good accuracy, and in terms of like clutch throws, third downs, to the game, he was the one that led Indiana to where they ended up going, which is the national title game. So it's gonna be interesting to see what he ends up turns it out to be in the league, man.
Yo.
Yes, sir. Just getting the folks up to date with what's going on with the first round. The pick is in so far for the Raiders. They pretty much made their selection. They're just waiting to announce it now. But again, pretty much this is a lock to be Mendoza. I'm looking at the AFC West, man. When you look at what's going on in that division, look at what Denver's doing. Look what the Chiefs got. And honestly, you can't forget about the Chargers, but at the same token, what the Raiders got right now probably is the most interesting young nucleus, man, with Bowers, Jeanty, and Mendoza, man. If they got the right coaching and they got some guys that can identify how to play or how to build a constructive offense, they'd be in good shape, man. They should be in good shape. They spent a lot of money in free agency. And the pick is in. I think Goodell's about to walk to the podium to announce number one overall. And they definitely needed a quarterback, man. Even though this wasn't a very highly touted draft in terms of quarterback prospects, man, you got to understand the situation with what it is. They were the worst offense in terms of passing in all of football, man. So, even if they wanted to trade out, I think the situation based on where they're at right now is a little bit too pressing for them to try to push the bag down the street, so to speak.
I see OG Allen ain't pulled up yet, so hold on, y'all. What up, Jay? What up, man? I'm on camera right now, man. So, yeah. Mendoza went first. Be right back.
6'4", 236, junior out of Indiana, national title competitor, really good prospect, made with some good stuff. Another Big Ten quarterback is in charge of things out there in Las Vegas, Tom Brady. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of stuff rubs off on this kid. He gonna be a game manager, or is he gonna be something a little bit better than what Kirk Cousins has been for his career? Raiders got them an All-American at quarterback. The Jets pick is in. Much has been discussed about their situation, man, with the defensive head coach. No solution at quarterback. Traded Justin Fields. Got some talent on offense. Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, a couple other guys that can actually be productive for them. But defensively, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. I know last year they had the fewest passing yards in the league.
Yeah, I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. So y'all go ahead and hold it down, man. I gotta get ready 29. To go. Alan's in here now, so y'all boys go ahead and cook. I'll be back in probably like 30 minutes, man. 30, 40.
Okay.
All right, y'all got it. Y'all got to run a chat. CJ, man, come on, bro. People in the chat and everything, man. I gotta go, man.
All right.
Again, we got 29. It was last year's touchdown rating for the Jets. They was worse in the league in terms of their pass game. They definitely need to do something offensively, but right now the best three players still left on the board is defense. So unless they going Jeremiah Love and a shocker at running back, we're still with Breece Hall. I don't see them going offense here. They got to go defense, man. The selection should be Arvell Reese. However, David Bailey wouldn't be crazy. David Bailey it is, ladies and gentlemen, with the second selection. Texas Tech pass rusher David Bailey's going to the Jets. 6'3", 251, ran a 4.5 flat in the 40. Nasty bookend defensive end. He just gets the job done. Not too flashy, just a badass and knows how to get to the quarterback. He was first team All-American this year. Really came out of nowhere at the beginning of the season. Not a lot of people had him. on their top 20 list in terms of defensive players. And here you are, this kid after a full season ends up being the second player drafted in the draft, So I go to say a lot about his performance this year. 14 and a half sacks, Allen. Definitely something you can kind of look at in terms of being able to generate pass rush by himself. He had 79 pressures, which was second in college football. So, I mean, he definitely fits the bill in terms of a blue chip bookend defensive end that you can start your defense around. Good move by the Jets. They got another pick later in the first round. Not a bad way to start the draft.
How you think Aaron Glenn gonna use him? Because Aaron Glenn, he runs a 3-4, right?
So I think what they're looking at, because of his weight, him being 6'3" and only 250, I think that they're going to typically use him in early down is going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I think he's strong enough to be able to play all 3 downs. I think they're going to keep him in rotation early in the year until he finds his comfort spot. Or they probably line him up on the opposite end on the weakest offensive tackle that the other teams got out there. You know what I'm saying? I think because of his explosiveness, it's just going to be difficult to keep him off of the field. He's definitely going to have to get a little bit stronger in terms of like that in-between strength.
Right.
Closing down lanes. So his containment on the run is definitely something you want to watch early to kind of establish if he's going to get a lot of playing time. But in terms of being able to just blow plays up, bro, dude, he did it better than anybody in college this year. He literally was the best, like in that sense, the best defensive end in college.
Just like, yeah. Look, going at number 2, you definitely know he had to be the top of his class. That's number 2 pick for a DN. I mean, because Abdul Carter went last year, 3rd? So,
Keep in mind the production, though. 14 and a half sacks speaks a volume. Not like you're looking at guys that we're going to be looking at near the 20s that may have not had the production, but you basically drafting on upside. David Bailey had to improve his numbers that showed in combine. So, like his makeup, his size, apparently no red flags. Let's see if Aaron Glenn got him one. I was looking at this stat. The Jets hadn't been in the playoffs in 15 years.
About like the Hornets. I don't understand how you could go so long without going to the playoffs, man. That's just crazy work. Like, you're a professional outfit. Like, I can understand like 4 or 5 years. You start getting almost a double digits. That's bad.
Speaking of bad, the 3-14 Arizona Cardinals are on the clock with 2 minutes remaining for them to announce their selection. They ain't made the playoffs since 2016. So we got back-to-back trash organizations drafting 2 and 3. If you look at the Cardinals roster, they can go anywhere right now. Honestly, you go best player available, which is the point that everybody likes to use now. You look at the roster. You look at the available players. Arvell Reese is the best player that's still available to be drafted. And number 3, it wouldn't be a stretch. They spent some money on Sweat coming out of Philadelphia last year, so he'd be adding to a pass rush that definitely needs it. And that can make a nice combo. If you put Sweat on one side and you put Arvell Reese on the other, Cardinals might be able to do something in the NFC West in terms of being able to get out to the quarterback a little bit.
Right. All right, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. I'll be back in like 35, 45 minutes, man. But y'all hold it down, man. Y'all have a good one.
Okay.
If I get to where I got to get to quick, I'll probably be here, messing with the format, the angles, and all that shit. If I get a chance to sit still, but I doubt it. All right, y'all.
And see, the Cardinals, man, you know what, man? They gave up on the quarterback. But I don't even think they're in a position to go get a quarterback right now. I think they got to build so much on that roster. I mean, I would be surprised they trade out of this pick.
At this point, you're just accumulating talent. When you're the Cardinals, they're the worst team in their division. They behind the Rams. They behind the Seahawks, who's the champion, and then they're still relatively far behind the third best team in that division, which is the Niners, and they're a playoff caliber team. So, you know, they're just trying to stockpile some talent right now, man. They got a whole new organization, whole new head coach, offensive staff, defensive staff. There were no carryovers left over from last year. Still got a couple pieces offensively, a couple pieces defensively, but it's about them putting all of that together and stockpiling a little bit more talent. I think if they were to trade out, they would have probably had to get an established pair in return or multiple round picks. If they didn't get multiple first, I couldn't see them moving out of 3. Because Arvell Reese, and we talked about this, I think yesterday on the pre-draft show. I think he's the badass of the draft to me. If you got a defensive coordinator that knows how to utilize a weapon, he might be one of the most dangerous motherfuckers that comes out this draft. Mm-hmm. And they shocked the nation. They go offense. Jeremiah Love goes to the Arizona Cardinals. You pair Jeremiah Love with Marvin Harrison Jr., that's a nice 2 combo right there.
Yeah, not bad.
Stockpiling pieces on offense, man. You brick by brick. Jeremiah Love was my favorite running back since Bijan Robinson coming out of college in terms of like what I liked in terms of his traits, who he was, what he showed on tape, what he showed on film. I watched every game of his junior year and this year. First team All-American, no doubt about it, 21 touchdowns, which was a school record. And it's been a lot of Hall of Famers playing in that school.
Right.
He had 4 rushes over 70 yards. 1,300 yards rushing, 18 touchdowns, and less than 200 carries, which means ain't a lot of tread on them tires, bro. Mm-hmm. So you're talking about just pure elite, change a dynamic of your team. That's the guy right there, Jeremiah Love.
Right.
He got rare traits, bro. He got rare traits, and you put that guy out there with Marvin Harrison Jr., if they ever figure out the quarterback situation, look out, bro. Look the fuck out, bro.
Well, they might try to go get a good veteran. Who?
They were interested in Tyson Bagent, and they still might make a move or a play for Tyson Bagent before things are all said and done. They also were interested, and they checked with the Browns to see the availability of Deshaun Watson. So when they got off Kyler Murray, I think that they were establishing that they're not going to go quarterback this year in terms of long-term fit unless Ty Simpson is somebody they go early in the second round, which I can see them doing in the second round if he drops. Like, if don't nobody come up and get Simpson out of Alabama, I can see him going second round to the Cardinals. But I think that they were looking next year to get the quarterback and using this year to load up at a couple premier spots because of where they at in the draft.
Makes sense.
CJ, I ain't seen a running back take a 2-yard halfback dive 80 yards since Adrian Peterson, bro. I mean, he was taking. I mean, now this is a compliment to their offensive scheme, their offensive line head coach, and the talent that they had on O-line. It wasn't just him. But he's got traits, bro, that if Arizona's interior of their offensive line is anything formidable like it could be, he's going to be dangerous, bro.
Yeah. I mean, when he was at Notre Dame, man, he was a bell cow. So he's somebody who can make a difference on the team. And you know what I like about him is his leg strength. His legs never stop moving as a running back. It's like, you know, he one of them guys, he put his foot in the ground and he can maintain balance after the first hit.
He's 210, solid, and he can still add a couple more pounds.
Yeah, but he already got kind of like lower leg issues already, right? Gaining weight might not be good for him.
That's fair. I think he
You know
probably
what
just
I'm saying?
mature to fine tune some things, and he'll be okay. I
Yeah.
think that Lord Trump is healthy enough for him to be able to not have a red flag concern, especially for the
Yeah.
fact that he ain't got as much wear and tear on the body. Even though he had a lot of touchdowns in production, the carries don't necessarily reflect that as well. You know.
Right. I tell you what, but them mamas be looking good on draft day, don't?
Hey, got they finest on.
Look, smell like cocoa butter out there. Sure.
Fresh money.
Fresh money.
That shit came.
I like dude, man. I like dude at Tennessee, man. The head coach, Sarah. I like him, man.
Robert Saleh, defensive coach. Yeah.
Mhm. He give me "you better not quit on me" vibe as a coach. Don't you quit on me, you know. It's just he a guy that's gonna, really keep the room light. He don't give me a jerk vibe.
He knows defense. His units are always top 10. Good in-game coach as well. You're getting a second chance at the bid in terms of being a head coach. So we'll see if he learned from his last stop in New York. But I mean, he's got some tools down there too.
Yeah. Oh Lord. How many receivers do they want? I mean, what the fuck, Tennessee?
Carnell Tate would be a situation where you're looking at you trying to just bolster weapons for Ward. You got to get your quarterback weapons, bro. And you can sit and talk about it if you want, but that's what the Bears did. They went and got Odunze as soon as they got their quarterback. So, it's not crazy to see a possession receiver with very good hands and very good route running and coming from a very good wide receiver university coming into that being a valuable starter day one. I mean, 6'2", 200 pounds, second team All-American. I mean, it speaks for itself. They looked at the defense, said we got a defensive coach, so we feel strongly about it. Right now, we need more talent, more game breakers on offense. Now, the question is Carnell Tate's ceiling that high? You know what I mean? Or is that's a tough question because you talk about a guy that, okay, so he's a big play guy. I think he had like 5 touchdowns on 40-yard catches.
Yeah.
So he catches the bomb. You know what I mean? Jump balls, fades, all that shit. The question
He's a fourth.
Yeah, 4-4 guy. So I mean, definitely worth the price of admission, considering the fact the drop off behind him is very, very much so a real one. When you talk about being able to just book in what he's going to be in terms of production, durability, all of that, I think when you include intangibles, I think he was the most sure wide receiver in this draft. And after him, I didn't see anybody else that had all those check marks locked off, man. So I think that they did the safe thing here, going to get your a quarterback a weapon. We'll be good. That lets me know that they probably was interested in Jeremiah Love too then.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. If not, that was their first choice.
Yep.
Because they already do exactly what they want. They ain't even waste time.
Got the New
Some
York.
people are really true to their board. Like, they ain't gonna sway off their shit. If he ain't on our board, we ain't moving off that. Unless it's just some freak, move. But most time, teams already, they stick to their board. Some.
That means you got strong scouting and you got conviction.
I think Ryan's one of those guys. He stick to the board. Like, he don't do anything that can't be expected. Like, if you know his top 30, the people who come in, most of our picks, 80 or 90% of our picks gonna be off those visits. But I don't think Luther Burton came in for a visit last year, right? He didn't come in for a visit, I don't think.
Burton was on a visit. I think everybody was supposed to be on a visit. Was on a visit. Stop, man, before you hurt yourself. But no, yeah, Loveland, they just weren't. They didn't publicize the visits. I think last year they only listed like 20 guys out of the 30 that they saw. I think Pose has a comfort level once he brings them in. I think he has a roundabout idea about 3 guys at each position that he's interested in the draft. But again, it is the first draft without his boy Ian Cunningham and Ben Johnson being his right hand. You get what I'm saying? So even though they was here last year, Ian was still there. So they pretty much had the same mix of how they had been doing things. This is the first draft where Ryan's leading the show, and it's Ryan. You know what I'm saying? He getting the expertise from his head coach, who's his right-hand man. But this is Ryan's draft.
Yeah.
You know, the first.
And I'm interested.
I was gonna say, out in the first 5 years, 4 of those years you rebuilding. So you was tearing shit down. You wasn't trying to be good. Now you got a little bit of success. Can you sustain it? Can you live up to those expectations? Can you build on it? You know what I'm saying? It's a different component to team building and team construction. You know, when you got to do some remodeling in the house, it's easy to take the drywall down and shit, putting the shit up though.
Right.
Look, measuring it and making sure you don't cut the right damn hole, or, and sanding it down good, and ain't no ridges in it. And it get real complicated putting up drywall.
Oh, no doubt. CJ, last year the Giants was 4-13. They was last in the division. They missed the playoff 8 out of the last 9 years. Jackson Dart is their most high-profile player on offense, which is an athletic quarterback that ran all over our defense and had us scared as fuck for a moment. But outside of that, Malik Neighbors coming off a knee injury. They don't have much. John Harbaugh is new head coach up there, so you got to respect his resume. What are you expecting this team to do at 5?
You might, CJ.
Yeah, they can go wide receiver possibly. They can go defensive line.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a toss-up with the Giants right now.
Okay. Last year they had Brian Burns at linebacker, 16.5 sacks. You had Abdul Carter played well last year. But even with the production, they had the 25th best defense, or the 25th worst defense in the league. So defense might be it. I mean, you got Sonny Styles still on the board, Arvell Reese, both the Ohio State guys are there. Caleb Downs is still there. So you got all 3 defensive stalwarts for Ohio State still on the board right now. In terms of wide receiver, my next graded wide receivers will probably be, I got the next receiver grade is like a 15th to 20th overall player. So this would be a reach if they go wide receiver, bro. I think this would be a reach. They could go
with Reese here.
Reese and Abdul Carter would be nasty. With Brian Burns, that might be the best pass rush in the division for the NFC East. That would be nasty.
Move.
You add Arvell Reese at 6'4" to Tremaine Edmonds, who's 6'5", Kayvon Thibodeau at 6'5", Brian Burns is 6'5", Abdul Carter at 6'4". That's a lot of length, a lot of athleticism, and a lot of speed in your front seven. I really like the Giants front seven. My God.
And they have Tremaine Edmonds.
That's what I'm saying. I named him on top of Brian Burns.
Yeah. They're going to be long. Like you
Very
say.
long and athletic and freaky, bro.
And look, the field gonna shrink with them too. At that height, the field gonna be real small inside the hash, like because of all that height and after it's gonna be like a basketball floor.
Yes, sir.
You know? So you're gonna have to run at them. They're the type of team you're gonna have to just play heavy man football.
Yeah.
Like we already know Tremaine Edmonds, you run at him, you're gonna have some success. But when you run away from him, he gonna make your life hell.
Well, John Harbaugh picking a linebacker with his first selection. No surprise here, ladies and gentlemen. Giants got them a Big Ten All-American linebacker at 6'4" that runs a 4 flat. 70 tackles, 7 sacks, 10 tackles for loss. And he lined up everywhere. That's nasty. This defense might be there. I'm buying stock in the Giants defense right now.
So you think they're gonna have him at the mic? Now they'll probably have Tremaine at the mic. And Reese, I wonder, they got to run 3-4 this year. There's no way around it.
He's going to be a weapon for them in the front seven. You got interchangeable pieces. Burns, Thibodeau, Abdul Carter, Reese, Edmonds. They can line up a little bit everywhere in that front seven. Now, I think at some point they're going to have to get a nose tackle to replace Dexter Lawrence, and you ain't going to get the same guy, but you're going to have somebody to plug that A gap. But they got enough. I think they got good enough coaching to figure that out. I don't think they draft him if they didn't have a plan identified with what they already had. You know what I mean? Because he can put his hand down on the ground and rush the QB too, bro. He puts his hand on the ground and rushes the quarterback. So even though 3-4 seems like the move, I don't know.
I figured Kansas City was getting out of that pick. They're not far from the Super Bowl. They're not going. They're gonna move up out of there. Just stockpile. So what does Cleveland want?
So here's the idea. If you're Cleveland, you look at yourself and you say you just got rid of your linebacker in Bush. Sonny Styles is sitting right there. Sonny Styles is Bush on roids. So you put him and Myles Garrett on the field together. Good luck. I don't think that you go anywhere other than Sonny Styles here. But, you know, for Kansas City, if they would have made the pick, you got to ask yourself, at 6, where would you go? Like, could you go O-line? Not really. I don't see a tackle being worth it. You definitely ain't drafting no guard at number 6.
Right.
Tight end, you could draft Eric Perrin if you went with the Oregon tight end, but that's a little bit early for a tight end. Seeing how Colson Loveland and Warren played last year, people might be more willing to see a tight end go in the top 10, but at 6, come on now. You look at the pass rushers that are available. You look at corners, who's out there. They might want the best DB, so Delaney from LSU might be the move. Unless they're in love with Caleb Downs. Mansour Delaney is the selection at number 6.
Okay, so Kansas City moved up to get. Oh, okay. Kansas City moved up to get there. Oh, all right. But damn, they just. No, they traded.
So Kansas City was at number 9.
Yeah, okay.
So they moved up to 6 from Cleveland. Now, I haven't gotten confirmation on what the Browns got. Well, basically, they just dropped down 3 spots.
Right.
Now, the Chiefs needed a cornerback, and they got the best corner in the draft. Great instincts, great break on the ball. You talking about break on the ball? That's what the grade for me on if you a good corner. If you got break on the ball, he got break on ball. He had 8 picks and he had 12 deflections on breaks. That's a disruptor. That's a motherfucker right there. Think about Derek Stingley down there in Houston, tearing up shit.
And then too, he is he played in the SEC. SEC corners are just they wired for the NFL.
Yep, they groom them. And then you going up against NFL receivers, since you've been in high school. Now, Delaney, you consider a little bit of a smaller corner, but he's as sticky as they come. 5'11", only allowed 165 yards on him all year long.
$175?
175 yards thrown at that direction. Number 4 was a goddamn island. Easily the best instincts of the corners I've seen on tape. And like I said, break on ball, bro. Go ahead, fucking flutter the ball around him. Another direction. Durability might be a little bit of a concern because of his size. He only 187 pounds, Allen.
Yeah, but you know, Sean, if he can stay about 195.
Yeah,
I think he'll be good. That's a good, solid corner. He can
to get him through 17 games. Absolutely.
Yeah, he can get him through 17. If he can stay about 190, 195, he'll be good. Don't get about two. He can't never get over 200 because that'll take away from his game. So, he'll be a little slow at 200. 10 pounds, that's going to take at least a second off your time. Yep. I would encourage him to stay at 195 during the season. Now, he can be 180 during the off season, but when we start putting our foot in the ground on Sundays, I need you at 195.
Italian beef before practice.
Yeah.
Milkshakes after. Thank you, sir.
Yep. Hey, matter of fact, get you about 6 eggs in the morning.
Hey, get you some eggs while you're at it. Grab you them bag of beans and some rice. The Commanders are on the clock. Number 7 overall. Had a down year. Jake Daniels went from being an MVP candidate to an irrelevant thought this year due to injury. They need a lot. They had an old defense. Average players on the outside. Deebo Samuel didn't necessarily work well the way that they wanted him to when they traded for him. They can go a lot of different ways here. I think that Sonny Styles, though, would be a great fit for them on their defense. I think that would be a really good ad for them right now and very good value because you can line him up at any starting spot depending on your defense. And Dan Quinn is shown to have elite defense with less. So.
I tell you, all these dudes getting in trouble for the draft just gets crazy. Man, I would be in a damn bubble before the draft. Man, I ain't getting in no trouble, man. It's just too much going on in these streets, man. You got this opportunity, man. I ain't trying to blow nothing.
That's the most dangerous time for an athlete is that time from graduation or when school let out to when work start. You know what I mean? A whole lot can change in just one night. And the selection is Sonny Styles, linebacker out of Ohio State, going to Washington.
A big kid, too.
Oh, yeah, 6'5", run a 4.4, bringing 240 pounds behind the pads. His brother's going to get drafted, too. Dude is an absolute animal. You can line him up in any linebacker position. He's going to play at an elite level. Get you 100 sacks, 100 tackles every season. You can book it. And he walks with the demeanor of the fact that he carries himself in a way where it's like, this is a professional. He's a professional. He's ready to be a professional. With that type of size, I would like a little bit more thump in his pads, but he does run with bad intentions when he sees the ball carried.
Well, that's a long walk, boy. I like the suit too. That shit debonair.
His daddy took care of him.
Oh yeah.
Daddy took care of him. Cleaner than the board of head.
Yep. I seen some dude out there, he had some tennis shoes on. I was like, yeah, you ain't gonna make it, homeboy. This the night you gotta put that shit on, bro. You gotta be casket ready tonight.
Here go my
There's a
thought.
grown man out there now, bro. Tennis shoes and some damn, like he had a damn, like he was going to class or something. I was like, man, you got this shit twisted.
Did nobody care about you, huh?
Nobody cared. No adult. Nope. Nobody said, baby, you need this. You gotta be your best tonight. You go look. I'm going into another echelon, man. I'm going into a world of millionaires. You know what I mean? Like, big dog, man. You gotta look the part, bro. Like, but anyway.
Commanders got themselves a good football player.
Yep.
Saints on the clock.
Saints need a quarterback. They need a quarterback.
Yeah.
They need a quarterback.
No love for Spencer Rattler.
I like Spencer Rattler, but they need to start grooming up quarterback. I think Spencer Rattler's like
Tyler
a Rex
Shuck?
Gross.
Tyler
He's kind
Shuck.
of like a Rex Gross, but he's just a placeholder.
Tyler Shuck.
Oh, well.
They took Tyler Shuck last year. He got on the field, looked decent. Found like he sounded like, he seemed like he had more grasp of the offense earlier than Rattler did. They just had a lot of injuries, and I think that Kamara is no longer the same player. So they depleted everywhere. Honestly, they lost Cam Jordan, the number one defensive end this offseason. They had to get rid of their whole secondary. They're looking to retool too, man. This is a team that I can easily see look to trade out of that spot if they found somebody to jump up real happy and get them an extra second or something like that.
Yeah.
I could see somebody coming up here and jumping up at 7. Just because the simple fact that the draft leans in a way where they don't really have to jump out of the body right now for nobody. If they want to go Caleb Downs, they can go Caleb Downs. That will help them at the safety spot. Look at the wide receivers that you can get right now. I guess you could get explosive with Olave and another receiver to Olave on the outside. Yeah, man. I don't know. Saints is interesting.
I wonder why they ain't got the big board up, yo. Like, usually they had a big board up on top players of I guess gonna do that after the 10th pick, I guess.
I don't know. Possibly. Because I think it's predicated on each network. I think each network has affiliations for each scout that set those rankings or those mocks up.
Sean, what y'all think about, man, your boy going number 1, man, Mendoza, man? I feel like the Raiders should have. I'm not sold on Mendoza. I'm not. I don't know.
Ice Cubes?
What's your question about Mendoza, Allen?
I don't think Mendoza was. I don't think he was the number one pick. I just think the Raiders are just being the Raiders on this one.
Well, I was kind of talking about that, man. You know, in a year where you didn't have a touted quarterback, a consensus quarterback, a guy that got hot late or had a huge national championship game, or somebody that was coming out that was injured this year.
Right.
I think right place, right time, great story. Fits the mold of what you typically are looking for a quarterback. The amount of starts that he has is the biggest question mark for me. I think, and I go back to Mitchell Trubisky with this shit. If you ain't started close to 30 games, bro, I don't even know if you can play the position.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be drafting a motherfucker if he ain't played close to 30 games at quarterback. And that early, bro, it's just, you normally fail. That's why Anthony Richardson, when he went to the Colts, he failed. No plan, and you put him in a game and you're thinking that his raw talents are going to be able to supersede any deficiencies he has. And unless you have an elite play caller, an elite brain that can handle quarterbacks like that and has a resume of doing it, you're going to fucking strike out and everybody's getting fired, bro.
Yeah. You see, that's the thing.
I think that Mendoza, though, has all the traits and attributes that the way that they putting that roster together, what they're doing in terms of putting around them, bringing Kirk Cousins in, having the offensive staff working with Tom Brady beforehand, and to establish if he could come up with a playbook that would work for Mendoza. I think that they're going to invest in him. When you put him, Genty, and Brock Bowers on the field, that's three. That should be talent enough for you to score points.
Right. Jordan Tyson, that's a good pick. It's a good pick for them.
It could be a reach. Tyson has the traits. He's 6'3", so big guy, very quick twitch, good hands, very above average route runner in my opinion. But can be explosive. That's the thing about him out playing in Arizona, man. It's you don't get to see them guys a lot because of the conference or the division they in.
Yeah.
But trust and believe, dude was legitimately second team All-American for real. Like he has that type of ability. Like on the outside, when we think about on second down, when guys take targets up the field, 7-8 yard catches, and make a double move or something like that up the seam. That's the type of receiver dude is. Like, think about a slightly taller Luther Burton, right? Mm-hmm. That's really the type of mold that you're looking for. They really put him in both spots, and I think outside of his injury history, he got all the traits that you would want in a number one or number one beats receiver. You get what I mean? Yeah. I don't know if his makeup is going to be alpha-like. You know, will he learn to develop that? I don't know. But I think in terms of the talent, though, that's probably the best route that they could have went. I think it's a reach, but at number 8, when you got no quarterback continuity or nothing established at quarterback, you want to have as much weapons out there for whoever's out there to be able to score more points than they did. So I don't think that this is a bad selection. I think this is probably, when you go back and look at it, you're probably going to see better players or guys that have a better impact sooner after him, so it'll be looked at differently. You get my point on that one? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. See, my thing is about receivers, man. It's certain things that I look for, and it's production. What is his production like? It looks like he just had one good year. Well, I wouldn't even say a great year because he only caught for like 800. So, I don't know. I think it's a solid pick, but
he was highly ranked out of high school. His injuries for 2 straight years took him completely off the grid. You know, his brother hooped in the league. he's got like that kind of DNA. So it's like rare athletic traits, right? When you have a guy, your brother can play in the NBA professionally, like, okay, y'all family got some traits. The man name is Jordan Tyson. You know, you would think this guy, he's definitely plays for sports. You know what I'm saying?
He plays sports. What you do, man? What? Hey, remember my homeboy talking last night? Like, you know, there's certain people in the world we just say when they in school, hey man, what's 50 times 50, dog? Man, look, man, 50 touchdowns. You know, I scored 50 in the game. You know, it's just certain dudes, man. They just sports. It's that's their occupation. I'm going to the league, and we be around dudes like that. We know they just was blessed with the gift. You know, it's just some dudes just that's what they in. That's what they built around.
Well said, bro. Because that's real. Like, we can go all the way back to your gap, my gap, CJ's gap. We all seen them. We done been around them, teammates with them, partners with them. You know, if you've been privileged enough to coach a few, you know what I mean. You know, God-given traits. Sometimes, you know, when he put you together, he put you together for a reason and a certain way for you to be able to move and do and operate a certain way. So you got to know what you're looking at when you see it.
Look, God did a straight 40-hour work week for you, baby. When he built you, he did a 40-hour work week. You got it all.
Hey, I want y'all to take a look at the available players. Pull up NFL.com. Go look at the draft, and they'll have a listing of the best available players under their top 3 scouts: Bucky Brooks, Daniel Jeremiah, and I think they got one other guy on there. I can't remember if it's Lance Erline or not. But see who's available over the next 10 picks and kind of identify like what you seeing, because we done got through the first 8. You know, the Saints just made their pick, so like 9, 10, 11, 12. You got Chiefs, Giants again, Dolphins, and the Cowboys. These next 4 picks, man, can be crazy because Chiefs with no Pat Mahomes, they can go anywhere they want.
Yeah.
It's a couple different options if they want to get crazy, get some receivers, or if they want to go get a tight end, they can go crazy with it. But I think they're going to probably try to find them a defensive player. I think Caleb Downs is the pick at 9 for them. You look at the Giants, they can double up on offense. You saw what they did in number 5. They went and got a linebacker. But I think that you need to put somebody on the opposite side of Malik Neighbors. And, like, that'd be a good spot for them to go receiver. Unless Downs drops. And if Downs drops, then you add teammates, man. You get both Ohio State boys, Downs and Reese, and put them on the Giants defense. Lock it up. Dolphins, I don't know what the fuck they're going to do. Whole new offense. They got the Green Bay Packers defensive coordinator down there as the new head coach, and they brought down Malik Willis down there as quarterback. So they got a whole new thing. Got rid of Tyreek Hill. So I don't know what the fuck they're going to do, honestly. I would love to see the Bears trade into that pick. I would love to see the Bears move up to get that Dolphins pick at 11, primarily because of you get the pick in front of the Lions, in front of the Vikings. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm looking at. Like, if you want to make a splash, this is where you make your splash. You maybe call somebody and say, we'll give you 25 and we'll give you 57 if we can move up to 11. Dolphins might be looking at it, oh shit, we can get 4 picks in the first 90. All right, let's do that. You got to make the call.
Man, so I didn't see Caleb Downs getting put. I didn't see him dropping this far.
Safeties don't go that high, bro. You rarely see safeties get drafted in the top 5, anything like that.
That's interesting. Another offensive lineman.
Yeah, back to back. Well, they're in the trenches, man. But look, Harbaugh know how to build a team, man. Harbaugh, the Ravens' trench work always been good. You gotta think about it. He drafted Jonathan Ogden. Like, he been around. He know what a good offensive lineman look like. There's something about Samoan offensive linemen. They got a bodyguard mentality.
Yeah.
It's like real bodyguardage. It's like, okay, I don't need you to do but one thing, big dog, protect QB. That's it. Don't run no plays, just don't let nobody touch my quarterback. Yes, sir.
So I didn't get a chance to say anything about the last two selections. I did see that right now we on pick 10, Francis Mauigoa from Miami, 6'5" Samoan badass, first team All-American. He's a right tackle by trade, but he got upside to play the left side. You know, it's going to be interesting to see what Harbaugh wants. You talked about him understanding how to build a football team, point blank, period.
Yep. That's why I say he gonna help that GM out a whole lot. Like, I think the GM is kind of green, even though he's had a job for 4 years. I think you get a coach in there that's like, man, look, do what I tell you to do, dog. Okay? Take this guy. Get out of my way. You organize the draft. I'm gonna tell you what a football player looks like.
And then you look at what they're building there. Like, you get that line straightened out for Jackson Dart, who has a lot of good mobility. You allow Malik Neighbors to run those vertical routes to make him special. You know, I could ease. There we go, a trade. What did I tell you about the Dolphins?
They were looking to move out.
I knew it. That's what.
Who they come get? Caleb down.
I knew it. The Dolphins was the sweet spot, man. I knew it. That's where Ryan Poles was supposed to call, bro. Supposed to get on the horn. What you supposed to get on that horn? Now Dallas had 12 and 20. Now, if they gave up 12 and 20 to move up, then that's a little bit bigger stick than what Poles could have came up with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think they would have gave up both. They would have gave up 12 there and something else. I don't think they gave up both their picks.
Probably got away with giving away some late round picks, but getting late round capital just to move back one spot for a guy that you probably wasn't going to take. Hey.
You get a couple thirds or some fours off of them.
That's good business by Miami. Who did the Chiefs select? I didn't get a chance to double check that.
He selected the DB from LSU.
Oh, Delaney. Yeah, that's right. We did leave out for the Chiefs at Delaney. Okay. Now, the Cowboys, man, they draft well. They've drafted well over the last 8 years. They've drafted well. Every draft, they've done a good job. The coaching staff and their on-season program has been their foul play, in terms of their success. But they've done a good job accumulating talent, rotating guys in and out of there year in and year out, man. They've kept that roster competitive. They just haven't had the success when it comes to regular season enough to get to the playoffs with opportunities for those big-time paid money contract guys to actually make a difference. You know what I mean? I know last year they brought in Brian Schottenheimer, Marty Schottenheimer's son. A lot of people was questioning that, but shit, Dak Prescott had a top 5 year. You know what I mean? It's hard to argue that. You know what I mean? His offense works. They had 2 running backs that had them in the top 7 in run game this year. You know, so you pair up CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens and the running backs they got in their stable, and if they get a good defense, they can get them an opportunity to get the ball back.
Yeah.
They can be tough, bro.
Dallas got a good organization. I mean, we say we won't. They haven't been able to finish the deal in a long time, but they stay pretty relevant.
They know what they're doing over there in terms of running a football program. Their owner is a loon, so he gets them in some trouble and makes some mistakes sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, and depending on who's coaching, they may or may not overcome it. I think when they had Mike McCarthy there the last couple of years, I don't think he had any nutsack to say anything. You know what I mean? I think he was just happy to have that job. But, you know, if they had somebody actually has some cash, they can come down there with some big chops and get some shit moving, man. They can really do some damage. Like, this is a team. They have a knockout draft. I'm picking them as my dark horse in the NFC this year. Because I love what they did in the draft last year. I like what they did in free agency last year. Even though they got off of Michael Parsons, they basically said, we're not going to pay one guy that much money. We just not going to do it.
Right.
And you can agree with it or disagree with it. But if they end up fielding the top 10 defense and he's gone and they got all their draft picks and their money, did they really make a bad move? You know what I mean?
Right. Caleb Downs. I like the suit, Caleb.
He reminds me of Eddie Jackson.
That's a good comparison. Eddie was a ball hog. He put that star on his helmet. When you go to the Dallas Cowboys, that star real, man.
Ain't no doubt about it. Terrell Owens said that.
Mm-hmm. Everything's free, dog. You don't pay for that. When you win, you don't pay for that. But he played a little bit of corner too, didn't he?
He's playing some nickel. 2 years, he'd be the captain of their secondary.
Oh, definitely.
As long as he don't have no issues, they say that degenerative knee is really just something that's predicated on his length of him being able to have a sports career. So like you get 34, once that shit really gone, ain't no rehabbing it. Your shit done. You know what I mean? So that's really what that is. But you still get a high peak performer, man, in his prime right now, coming off a national title season. You know what I'm saying? And he was probably, you know, even though this year he played better than the year previously, he was still elite at his position last year. That's what I like to see, guys that can transfer or equate their production year to year. Need to see you stack seasons, man. Like this nigga back years. Charles Woodson, Big Ten DB of the year. Like, come on, bro. That's a football player, man. That's a football player, bro.
I'm gonna start calling that shit the Jerry Mafia, dog.
Calling what? What you mean?
Hey man, They run the mafia of the NFL, dog. He is the number one boss of owner.
Hey, J Skips.
The meet, hey, look, the meeting don't start till Jerry get there.
Jerry the only one that can call the meeting. Fuck you talking about? Jerry the only one that can call a motherfucking meeting. Everybody else. But I ain't getting out the bed till this nigga Jerry called me. Oh shit. That's the red phone? All right, baby, gas up the jet. We gotta go to New York.
Yeah.
I bet you they wouldn't have shafted him, his team, out of 3 compensatory drafts.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Guarantee
He
that
would have been like,
motherfucker.
I tell you what, we won't be playing week 1 or week 2.
How about this? We're gonna fire everybody black on our staff and in our organization. And we're gonna have you fill out all of their unemployment work.
That's right.
How's that sound to you?
Take that.
Facts. Dolphins, what y'all gonna do? Y'all going corner, y'all going linebacker, y'all going offensive tackle, and Caden Proctor out of Alabama. The best run blocking lineman in the draft. He's a big fella, 6'6", 350, runs at a 4.2 and moves the refrigerator. It's a big bitch. It's a big baby. The motherfucker still got room to grow. I'm telling you right now, man. They got them a book in.
Oh, yeah. He Richmond well.
See, you don't bull rush that guy. That's when
Yeah.
he don't lose on the bull rush. Give me those offensive linemen. That means you got enough ass to stop what's going on in front of you. You know,
That's right.
anybody can be beat on the move. But mano a mano, jock strap on jock strap, helmet on helmet, bull rush. Oh, excuse me, little brother.
On the low, his
First
nickname
down.
Big Suge on the team. He Big Suge.
Yes, sir.
He Death Row Records on that team.
Call his ass 1st and 1. Say, Sean, where you get that name from? Think about it, man.
Mm-hmm. And the Rams on the board. The Rams will probably move out of this.
The Rams could go receiver because they got Devontae Adams, who's ancient. Right now, without Puka Nacua, they look pretty mid in terms of their wide receivers. That's why when you saw them play us, it was like, damn, Matt Stafford ain't got nobody to throw the ball to. I could definitely see them jumping up and getting Mekhi Lemon here at wide receiver, KC Concepcion out of A&M, Omar Cooper out of Indiana, Mendoza's number 1 receiver. If they wanted to go freaky, they can go Sadiq, the tight end out of Oregon. Defense. Right now, I think it's too early to go on a run of the second wave of defensive ends. They loaded. They got Jared Verse. They got already a bookend top 5 defensive end already. So I don't know if you need to go to that spot. Corner could be a position that they go to. This would be a good spot for a corner here. I don't have a linebacker or a safety in this spot. I don't have no running back. So I say this is either a receiver, a corner, or if they love an offensive lineman here, one of the Utah kid could really fill a void for them at right tackle.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Caleb Lomo.
I think what you said, I think they're going wide receiver. They kind of in a pigeonhole for that, though. Like you said, Adams is, getting long in the tooth. And Poole, he got his stuff going on. So I think you got receiver here.
I do. They also signed Jalen Watson, cornerback. They traded for McDuffie, so that takes cornerback out the equation for them completely. Byron Young had 12 sacks. Jared Verse is a top 5 defensive end in football. They got 2 defensive tackles, linebacker, maybe safety.
Yeah.
It'll be a
Yes,
stretch
Mom.
to go linebacker. It'll be a stretch to go safety. I think corner they tight end, defensive line they tight end. They could go offensive line or receiver here, and it not be a reach. That's why I think that's where they line. I would love to see the Bears move up here and go get their guy. If they want to make sure that they get their guy, this is the second spot that I looked at. At first, I thought it was going to be the Ravens, but now that the Dolphins have moved off, I think Tampa and the Rams might be the 2 teams that you can trade with. I think everybody else stands put till you get to I believe Carolina at 19. And see the next 4 picks, we got the Rams at 13. Nobody trades. You got the Ravens, Bucks, Jets again. They were at number 2. They got number 16 as well. And that'll finish the first 16. That'll be the first half of the draft. So I'm going tackle or receiver for the Rams right here.
Okay.
Well, we got Ben Johnson and the brain in the city of Chicago. I want to take time to say that the guy that he's hopeful to be would be Sean McVay, who out of the last 9 seasons, 7 of those seasons, they've had 10+ wins. He's had a Super Bowl. He's developed 2 quarterbacks. He's had a top 10 or top 15 offense in the last 9 years. He's had multiple All-Pros at every position on the team. Offensive line, tight end, wide receiver, quarterback, and running back. He is the best coach in football. Now, I think with the quarterback that they have, they looking to go all for it, bro. That's why they paid McDuffie that money. That's why they went out and got Jalen Watson and signed him $50 million, bro. They are finna go for a Super Bowl. Ruben Bain makes sense for the Bears to trade up right now because he's on the board. Ruben Bain, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to keep banging the table. CJ, I'm finna get pissed off with every pick that goes by that Ryan Poles ain't jumped his motherfucking ass in his Cadillac and took a card to somebody and say, we'll give you 5 picks for this motherfucker Ruben Bain. There's no reason.
Ryan conservative. Look, he ain't doing. Hey, Ryan, you know he right now. He like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get off your phone, bro. You want what? Yeah, I'm gonna get off your phone.
You're letting the perfect guy that would fit on your defense today, that would pair up perfectly with Montez Sweat, just sit on the board, sit on the board, sit on the board. Now, you remember the Jets went and got David Bailey, right? They got 2 picks until it's their turn. If Ruben Bain's on the board and the Jets can finish this draft on day 1 with David Bailey and Ruben Bain, oh man, I'm a Jets fan this year.
That's the weird shit. See, McVay always, he like, you know what? I'm going to give me a quarterback.
Hey, Ty Simpkins. Hey, let's go. The heir apparent.
Because he probably looking at it like Stafford got about 1, maybe 2 years left. And you know, Stafford was talking about retirement last year. So
he don't got nothing in the pipeline.
Be his last year.
Yeah, he don't got nothing in the pipeline. This was the only quarterback that was worthy of a top 4 draft pick, meaning like first 4 rounds. Like, if you didn't get Mendoza, this is the only other quarterback in the first 4 rounds that you even think about taking. So shit. They looked at it and said, man, ain't nobody on the board that's gonna be valuable enough for us to put on our roster today that's gonna make a change. So
So
I get-
lo and behold, the Rams are telling you we better go through a rebuild.
I think he's the insurance policy.
True, but
And he a blank canvas, because I told you less than 30 starts. So that means that McVay get to put his hands on him without having too much shit to rework. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm sure McVay made his homework before he went quarterback first round. He looked like a quarterback for the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh damn. He can sell a lot of chicken, Campbell soup. He like
Oh,
to sell
man.
a lot of.
Oh, this motherfucker with surfboards and all that shit.
Yeah. He definitely got a beach boy look.
Yep. Selling beach furniture, bro. David Hasselhoff. son.
A Rondé chair.
Man, David Hasselhoff on this shit, bro.
He's a good athlete too. He's a sneaky athlete.
Yeah, he not a stiff. He's not tremendously oversized. He's like the same size as like a
How he look?
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
about 6 foot,
Yeah.
6.5.
Yeah, he's in the same framing as the Caleb
Yeah.
Williams.
Caleb got the arm talent, but Ty's one of them grinder type quarterbacks. Like everybody shut up in the hub type guy.
Yeah.
Like he's just one of them spark plugs. I feel like McVay gonna have to really coach him up though. Like that college style of play that I don't know. You
Hey,
going
fellas,
from Matt
we got,
Stafford to that.
We got Don to live. Now, do you want this comment? Tell me what y'all think about Bears could be going up to safety.
So McNeil Warren, Bud Clark,
Hey, J
My boy out of Oregon.
Thiemann is also there. Those are the top 3 safeties right now. All of them are potentially going to be there. I don't necessarily want a safety in the first round. I want Ruben Bain. He's still on the board. I want Ruben Bain. Let's keep the focus on Ruben Bain. If Ruben Bain goes to Detroit or Minnesota, I am going to be pissed.
I think if he can make it to 20,
He
I
won't.
think Ryan gonna jump up.
The Lions and the Vikings would not let that man pass them by. If it ain't nothing but to keep him out of Chicago, they would take him.
And they got 2 more picks to do it then.
I think he could have been there at 25, and if the Bears would have called them and moved up for the Rams spot, they could have just got Ruben Bain. Because they was going to take a quarterback. Wasn't nobody taking him at 20 up until 25. He'd have been there. If I'm Chicago, I would have made that phone call. It made it very difficult for them to have to turn me down.
I understand.
Historically, the Ruben Bain is a guy the Ravens would take, and I'm thinking about him and Roquan Smith on my defense. My God.
It's
You talking about 2 Mike Tyson ass motherfuckers. If he goes to the Ravens, that's check 1 for Ryan Poles pissing me off tonight.
Hey, look, Baltimore got your boy at Penn State. They're lineman in the draft.
Oh my God, what the fuck, bro? Come on, bro. These motherfuckers are giant. They're great at scouting. They are great at scouting, bro.
Yeah.
The best offensive lineman in the draft goes to probably the most classiest organization in football. Vega Wani, look at this big motherfucker move. You talking about first team All-American.
Yeah.
He blocks 2 and 1. Just keep that in mind. Because before he even get to the second level, the first nigga's already beat. He's already off his square. He's looking to go hunt and see who's the second guy every snap. That's elite, all-pro, Hall of Fame caliber shit if he stays healthy. Think about Quentin Nelson from a few years ago out in Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Will probably be a little bit more fluidity or a little bit more athleticism on the inside, man. So the Ravens just got tough on the inside of their offensive line, y'all. Shit. Are they on the schedule?
I think if the Bears, if the coach wouldn't have got the lineman you just said from Indianapolis, I don't think we would have drafted Roquan. I don't think Roquan was the first pick for Pace that year. I think they wanted that lineman. Because I think by far he was the best lineman in that draft, if I remember correctly. CJ, I'm coming right back in. I gotta download a picture right quick. It's driving me nuts.
Okay.
Come right back.
So after the Ravens just made a great selection by selecting the best offensive lineman in the draft, in my opinion, with Vega Ione, 15th pick overall, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, looking at their roster, they can go a multitude of different ways. Corner, safety, wide receiver. Considering the fact that they lost Mike Evans, I think wide receiver would be good for them. But I also can see them going offensive lineman too. Especially
Ruben Bain just went off for that. Man.
That Florida boy, man, look.
Man. I'm on one today, man. Hey. It's like, I'm built for this shit. Let's go. I love it.
Hey, look, the whole team got brown on. I love it.
I gotta do some shit. I gotta do some other shit.
My favorite defensive end in the draft goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Badass Ruben Bain. Stays in the Florida area. 260, 6'2", badass off the edge. I think him staying at home might do him some good.
Yeah,
I really do. I think Bradley Chubb with a little bit more violence when I think about him as a pass rusher. Like, he's not the most fluid pass rusher, but he's so motherfucking strong, and he got
right.
It's not a motor for us. I think motor is typically used for guys that aren't athletic. He has a hustle to him that can be intimidating with the hands that he uses. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you got a big motherfucker that know how to strike at the line of scrimmage, that's something to deal with, bro. Like, Messidor has a little bit of that, but I think Ruben Baines got just a notch up in terms of athleticism. And
he one of them guys. When he's on the football field, it's like he's just a man amongst boys. I mean, I think the NFL, they so big on traits and attributes. His arms too short.
Yep.
But Bain is he one of those gamers.
It's a football player.
Yeah, put me in the game, coach. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to whoop this dude with my little short arm. I'm gonna have his toes off the ground.
Tampa Bay over history's time has shown you they know how to draft defensive linemen. You go back and look at their lineage, man. They've gotten some elite defensive linemen in the draft. So.
Damian Rice.
Oh man, absolutely.
Come on, man. Illinois fans. Shoot. But good for Bain, man. He can stay home and, comfort his confines of his home. So can't have it better. And he's with a good coach. We're gonna let him play ball and gonna be there too. Yeah, he one of them, he's like a Tomlin type. I don't think they're gonna get rid of him. He's a winner.
Looking back at the Jets, I'm thinking corner or receiver here, man. Corner or receiver. I don't see them going offensive lineman. So I would see that it'd be a reach on anything outside of like maybe a tight end if they go to the tight end out of Oregon, maybe on a curveball to add with that on offense. But if you go reach number 2, if you go Bailey number 2, like I say, man, you can go double edge and go crazy.
I think it's gonna be the tight end. Because they really don't have a tight end that can move the hash.
Denman will be an interesting location for right here, too, if you're talking about safeties. This would be an interesting spot for a safety. If you wanted to jump up and get the best safety on the board, you could right here. The next best corner, I think you can go McCoy out of Tennessee. You can go Johnson out of Utah. You can go Hood out of Tennessee.
Oh, I say I like tight end.
There you have it.
Yeah, I like tight end now.
Yep. Big freaky motherfucker over the middle of the field. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sound up. The pick makes sense based on what they got. You already got Garrett Wilson on the outside. You already got some horsepower at running back. So, yeah, man. You solid at offensive line. You didn't need a tackle. Lobo was the best tackle on the board. He probably was the only one graded out higher than the tight end at this point. So that's real good decision, man. They're just getting their shit together.
Damn.
So let me get this right. The Jets and the Giants had 2 early first-round picks. The Giants went early twice. The Jets went early twice. Yeah.
He's a strong kid, too.
I'll be right back, y'all. Be right back.
Okay. Well, what we do now, Shaw, man, I don't know what we're gonna do now, man. So
Next 4 picks, you got the Lions, Vikings, Panthers, and the Cowboys again after the Jets make their selection. Lions and the Vikings are out of the question of being able to trade up with. So you got to see that both of those teams are going to improve their rosters with a player that's more talented than what we'll get at 25. Unless the Jets come back and say we traded with Chicago to jump in front of the Lions and the Vikings, and the Bears select best player on the board.
All right.
You're in a situation where you're still waiting to see because you got another 8 picks before we on the table. So, like for me, if I'm looking at the board right now, just looking at who's been taken, and right now looking at the positions that are still deep. Receiver, still got the second or third best receiver. Got the second best tight end. Got the second best offensive tackle still out there. Best center. Second best running back. Best safety, second best corner, third best corner, third best pass rusher. I don't know, man. It's starting to look very, very thin in terms of a draft that's real top heavy. So
Right.
I think defensive tackle right now might get a run if teams want to start loading up on big guys. You might see the run on offense or defensive line right here, unless you start seeing the run on edge rushers, which I could see. Because right now you got about 6 edge rushers I got ranked within the next 15 overall players. Blessings. And looking at these teams, Eagles, Chargers, Steelers, Lions, all of them need a pass rusher.
Hey, J-Scoops?
So far, Downs to Dallas might be my favorite move, tied with the Styles to the Commanders. But I like what both New York teams did. I got to say, I like what both New York teams have done so far. If you got 2 first-round picks, I think you got to hit on both of them. You can't miss.
Right.
It's very rare that teams have 2 first-round selections in the same draft. That's why I was so key on when they got Caleb at number 9. They went with a can't-miss guy, not a receiver that demanded him to learn the route tree of a new system after year 1. You know what I'm saying? That's another conversation.
Right.
It might be a situation where offensive tackle and defensive tackle might be the best players on the board. And I don't know how anybody feel right now, but are you in love with either one of those selections being a decision?
I think Detroit going O-line.
Oh, ain't no doubt about it. They're going Caleb Olomu out of I think Utah. Book it. I ain't seen it yet, but you can book that. They scouted him heavy. And if they don't go there, they're gonna go cornerback, and they probably get up from Clemson to Terrell, or they get the kid McCoy out of Tennessee if his medical's passed on the good side. Because they need help at corner and they need help at on the line. The Vikings, other thing that's gonna fuck me up though, because if the Vikings get another receiver, look out, bro. Look out, bro.
I think just that kid who was on Hard Knocks with them, he ain't got old.
The Lions. Here we go.
Oh. NFL gets it, dog. They they get it. The NBA they're just so far behind the time. The NFL gets it.
They've been coddling pussy ass little boys for too long.
Yeah.
You need to turn the game back to a grown man game and it'll be okay again, Alan.
Yeah.
That's all it is, bro. You start letting these kids, you took away the fact they couldn't come from high school, but you let the young guys still come one and dones.
Yeah.
Like, what was the difference? If you was good enough to come out of high school to go to the league, you was just that good. Shit, it wasn't everybody. You know, it ain't my fault you keep drafting all these young shorties that ain't got no motherfucking pop the piss in thinking they gonna be an all-star. Come on, bro.
Right.
Do your homework. Speaking of homework, Brad Holmes, general manager of the Detroit Lions, has been one of the best general managers over the last 5 years, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
They've made some great decisions in the first round. They've drafted all pros, pro bowlers on each side of the ball, and they go Blake Miller, tackle out of Clemson. I told you to run on linemen coming, baby. There we go. You called offensive lineman for Detroit. They get a 6'6" tackle that can play right or left.
He got 54 starts, too. That's impressive.
Very impressive.
I mean, he came in there freshman year, like, I need this shit. That's freshman year, man. That's true freshman starts. He been started 4 years.
Bro, he's been a bookend tackle in the ACC for 4 straight years.
Crazy.
You weigh that, like we were talking about earlier, very highly. That's a lot of film. A lot of consistency right there. You pay for consistency at the line spot.
That's Shaw. That's offensive line play. I don't want to hear your damn name. Nobody wants to hear the lineman's name on the whole line.
Nope.
The great ones, we never hear their name.
Just their jersey number. Look at the block look at the block by 57. Look at the pancake by 60.
Oh man.
Stop playing, bro. Minnesota didn't waste no time. They got their pick ready to roll. Let's see what the Prince Purple squad gonna do from up north.
Them Florida boys.
Caleb Banks, defensive tackle.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm not a big fan of Florida D linemen, man. Not with this system of guys. I'm just
You're giving Brian Flores a 6'6", 350-pound weapon. Yeah. Not a bad decision. If his feet ain't bad, you're getting a baller, bro. He can fuck up games by himself. Yeah, you put him with Brian Flores. That's the best defensive coordinator in football. I don't know, man. That might be a good fit. It's definitely a reach. It's definitely an upside pick. I'm not enamored with Florida defensive tackles either. But you can't argue this guy's size, his traits, his ability. And when he do show up on film in the SEC, it's a load, bro. It's a motherfucking load.
Well, as long as he don't play free safety at the D-tackle spot, he might be all right. But we got a free safety to play D-tackle from Florida. That's all I'm saying.
Man, look. You know, I really look at that though as an upside reach pick because he got bad feet, bro. At 6'6", carrying that much weight.
Yeah.
Feet, the last thing I want to have is a problem for you. Got the Panthers, Eagles, Steelers, and Chargers over the next 4 picks, man.
You know, the Panthers, they're going to probably go running back.
Well,
I think they ain't even signed dude, man.
Last year, they got a receiver. Tech McMillan was their number 1 guy. it's not a tight end in this spot that I'd go with. They could go offensive tackle. Loma was still there. The best defensive tackles on the board. They traded Brian Burns last year, so they could go edge rusher. They could stay in-house and keep the other Clemson boy up there, either Peter Woods or TJ Parker. That'd be a good fit for them. They could go corner. You know, having a corner in that particular division, NFC South, is definitely something you need, and a bigger corner at that. So it's about 3 big corners that's available. But this is the part of the draft where teams want to come back up and they got a guy targeted that you got to keep the phone on ready. I think we're gonna go down on the clock on all these teams. I think for the next 6 specifically, because I think it's gonna be fielding a lot of calls. I think Philly, and I think Carolina for sure are on the phone. Because I think both of those teams are probably looking to go wide receiver, and because wide receiver ain't really been touched that much, you can move back, still pick you up something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think we had Carnell Tate go 4th, and I don't think we had another receiver yet, right?
No. There's been 3 receivers, I think. Which is not bad. It's pretty standard first round.
Oh, we had Jordan Tyson went to the Saints. Carnell Tate, and who else went? What other receiver?
What's the dude out of Arizona State?
That's Jordan Tyson. That's 2.
Okay. The dude from Ohio State.
That's Cardinal Tate. He went to the Titans. Who else got a receiver?
Didn't the Jets go? No.
Jets went out Vil Reese, and then they came back and went fuck, where'd they go?
I can't think of. I could swore they had 3 receivers that went.
Oh no, they got a tight end. That's what it was. 2 receivers and a tight end.
Okay. Raj got he got them feet going tonight. You said it, y'all. The linemen are flying off the board.
We starting that run. They got the barbecue ready. They said the rib tips open for the big fellas, Alan.
Philadelphia just moved up.
Just told you. Philly. I told you, Philly. I told you, CJ. Look, Moreau Freeman, offensive.
Yo. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm on multiple devices right now. I'm doing multiple things, man, so I can't be on camera, but I'm in this bitch, though. I'm in it, though.
Moreau Freeman, 6'7", second team All-American. Probably the second most consistent tackle in the draft. Behind the Clemson guy that just went 3 picks before in terms of Blake Miller. He probably is going to be a right tackle, even though this year he started all the games at left.
And I know one thing, he happy as shit. Those are guys you be like, you know what? You ain't had coach them. He to the point, man, he could run through that TV, dog. You know, it just, damn, Philly. I wonder who would they want, Shard. It's got to be somebody that's sitting on the board. Like, just sitting there that should have been gone. Like, we ain't talked about that. Who should have been gone by now?
Okay, so if I'm looking at my big board count, let me see. Based on who's been selected.
Oh, the wide receiver out of USC.
Mekhi Lemon. There you go.
That's our third receiver.
There you go.
And he won the Biletnikoff Award.
He reminds me of St. Brown.
Yeah.
He do. They got very similar traits. He gonna eat up the slot. They got Devontae on the outside. I think he there just in case insurance if they get rid of AJ Brown before camp.
Mm-hmm.
So he can come in as the number 2, or he can slot him at the slot and play his natural position. But I think that's a good decision for them going up there and getting him.
I love the black shades, bro.
His
I love
interviews
the black
didn't go
shades,
well.
man. I love them shits, man. For real. Let me know, man. You mean business when you come and get that microphone from Goodell, yo. You just like, man, give me this shit. For real, man. You mean
Hey, he got them shades on.
Nah.
Hey, he got them shades on like he the Man in Black and shit.
I'm telling you, man, give me
He
that
got
shit,
them
man.
shades on
Try to
because
talk to
he
these
don't. Nah, so he won't see that people see that he crying, bro. Most of these young brothers out here, first time they didn't cry in their life, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, fuck that shit, nigga. I just hit $1 million. Fuck that shit.
I'm a millionaire. Hey,
Everything.
I'm a millionaire.
Yeah, man. Fuck that shit, man. Tears, all that shit, man. I don't give a
I'm
damn.
crying like a newborn in this bitch. You hear me?
Give a damn right there. You get my shit.
He crying right now.
And he's singing to himself, see?
What you say, Alan?
Nigga singing to himself, dog.
Hey, that boy, look, eating oodles and noodles the other day. Now he eating filet mignon, Dom Perignon and shit, champagne for breakfast and shit.
Look, noodles, no salt, what? No packing, nigga.
Noodles, no pack.
Waffles, no sir.
Waffles, no sir. Yeah.
No,
Bear down, baby. Bear down, man. It's almost our time, man. Y'all can hear my crew in the back. I'm on streaming on multiple devices. I'm on multiple platforms. So y'all can hear the crew in the background. Y'all can hear me. I'm trying my best to accommodate everybody, man. Y'all know I be doing a gang of shit, bro. What up, Bird Gang? I'm on TikTok. I'm on X, man. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube, man. Me and the fellas are cooking right now. So they can hear y'all in the background. They just can't see y'all, fellas. So they can hear y'all, man. Ty Lemon is gone.
Philadelphia get it, man. They're no organization.
Right.
They get it.
Howie Roseman is the best GM executive in football. Has been last decade. Well, him and Pioli over there in Kansas City, both of them.
So, fellas, I heard a rumor that Tyson Bagent could be going to Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh got the 21st pick.
Well, you know me, man. I say go on push him, man. I feel like Tyson, hey man, push that shit. Go on get you some picks, man. And I ain't far from the crib where he from. So
I don't know if the market is going to be enough for Tyson to garner that much interest to get them to move a pick, but he was rumored to have interest for like 3 or 4 teams. I know the Cardinals made an offer for him.
yeah, I think like a 3rd rounder.
But other than that, I ain't really heard no smoke. It would be interesting to see him go into competition with Howard. And if they going to wait on A-Rod, they're going to wait on A-Rod. But they really ain't said much about their quarterback situation long term. So it is interesting. And now that Simpkins is off the board from Alabama, I don't see an option for them to go quarterback, especially not in the first round.
This wasn't a quarterback.
Go Bird. What up, Bird Gang?
This would be a good situation to see a safety pick up a receiver. I mean, Cooper would make sense here. Thieneman would make sense. McNeil Warren would make sense. I'm not sure if Spencer Fondu has been selected yet, but he would make sense. And if they wanted to go corner, I could see them go a corner.
Be honest, man, Char, I think the way the draft falling, I think we're gonna get a safety 25. I think the D lineman, man, they might get pushed down to the second round, you know. So
I think without for the first time in a decade, they might be rebuilding in Pittsburgh, man. So they might be looking to be just loading up at a particular position if they see that they got a value pick here.
yeah,
Receiver and corner is very good value right now. So if they want to go snatch up a wide out or snatch up a corner, they can get some good returns. I don't think that they're going to snatch up a safety. I think the safeties will drop. So I do agree with you. But at the same token, I haven't seen the second wave of pass rushers start yet either. I told you that run of tackles is going to hit, and then we're going to get a run of pass rushers. But I think that those corners and receivers are going to fill in between. That's why I was interested to see if Eagles or the Chargers would make a trade. We already had one. They got Jerome Bettis up here. What if they take your boy Washington out of Arkansas?
damn. That came out of left field. You got good measurables though. 4'9" flat. 6'6". Man, pull your pants up, man. Come on, man.
The Nigerian Nightmare.
Yeah.
6'5", projected left tackle. I guess you got to start building the trench when you're rebuilding, bro. You got to start from
Yeah.
The last 2 years, they've had some injury issues with Broderick Jones not being able to stay healthy at the tackle spot. So I think that he's going to push whoever's at right tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he has a basketball background. All your left tackles got to have basketball traits to me. Those feet because you're going against ballerina.
Yep. Balance is everything at left tackle, bro.
Chippy too.
Pose went out to stop it too.
Yeah, all good linemen are chippy. Like, man, get your fucking hands off me, man. Like in the grocery store, like you just chippy. Like everything's a problem sometimes. Just
looking for shit.
Yeah, like, man, leave me alone. Leave me alone.
The good defenders are instigators, and the good offensive linemen are provokers.
They're provokers. Right. Yeah, damn, man. He out there starting shit again.
Man, he kicking shit off, bro.
Yeah.
You can't do shit to him. Can't do nothing to him.
Our offensive line ain't been right since Olin left. Olin always started key. Always.
Before kickoff, he was in somebody's shit. Before kickoff, he was in somebody's shit before kickoff, bro. That's the type of motherfucker I want. He walk in the stadium, he looking for somebody. Oh, this nigga got on pink cleats. I'm in this shit. I'm in it all day. Hey, darling, you lining up today?
Yeah.
Who the fuck you calling darling?
Shout out to Olin Crooms, man. Shout out to my dude, man. He last of the Mohicans, y'all.
Man, bro.
He is last of the
Yeah.
Mohicans.
I hope his son end up on the team, on the roster by training
Me
camp.
too, man. I think he might go undrafted though.
Oh no, he definitely gonna go undrafted. But I hope he end up on the roster in camp somewhere. He made a good shit.
He better be a Bear undrafted guy.
If he don't hit the undrafted market in Chicago, so we know that they still got some personal shit against him.
And he shouldn't. But I think George and Olin, they had some words one time. I think Olin explained it. He said they had some major words one day. And I think it's not been right since. So
yeah, he called them out for being dumbasses and being bad at what they do. Like, y'all bad on us, bro. Yeah, I work for y'all, but I'm gonna be a truth teller too, because that's what they pay me to do. I'm gonna tell the truth. Y'all bad on us. Y'all act like y'all stupid sometimes. And they ain't like that shit.
G, they said 9:30. I think last night we were talking be 9:30 when we picked.
It's just about right. We're in 22 now. So with the Chargers, Jim Harbaugh coming in here to try to get year 2 of his situation off the ground on a higher side. They went and got Messador from Miami. A little bit more heat on that pass rusher. They brought back Khalil Mack. That makes a lot of sense. Let him learn under Khalil Mack for a year and then let that boy go.
Yeah.
More mature. He's probably the most mature pass rusher in the draft. Like him and David Bailey, like, mature with they shit. A lot of people say he benefited because of who was on the team. I say, yeah, that's true. When you play with animals, you're going to look better. But when he was asked to make a play one-on-one, he did. A lot. Like, he was productive. Like, you talk about production, G, he was productive, bro. Like,
I just love the mamas, man. The mamas' reaction to them babies getting, look, all them dirty ass clothes she ain't washed and stinking ass cleats and all that shit, man. Man, you know, mama did a whole lot for them babies, man. Being late from work to get
all
them
they can think about, though, bro. They looking at their big baby now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The one ahead that made it. I still remember changing your ass, little nasty little boy.
Dude. And look, gonna be in church first thing Sunday with something nice on.
Hey, bro, you better know it. Now, real quick, let's do a quick update. Now, with Messador leaving off the board, we got 3 picks until it's time to get famous, right? Now, wide receiver ain't been beat up. Offensive tackle ain't been beat up. Even though we got a run on them, it ain't been beat up, though. I knew they was going to get a run on them. So the top 3 of them gone.
Right.
So we already talking about the 4th or 5th offensive tackle, if that's what you want to go with. There's no center there that you can go with because, like I said, the best interior guy went to the Ravens. He gone. Top 2 receivers gone. Best tight ends gone. Best running back gone. Top 2 quarterbacks gone. Best safety gone. Right now, second best safety, second best corner, third best receiver, second best tight end, 4th best pass rusher, or first best defensive tackle.
Is McDonald still on the board?
or first or second best inside linebacker.
I think we can get back in the second round.
Yeah,
I got a funny feeling, Sean.
Yeah,
I think we're
CJ.
gonna move up in the second round.
Yeah.
I think we'll move up. If it's someone on the board in the second round, I think they'll move up.
instead of taking 2 shots, take both of them and move up to go get one. Do what you want.
I mean, that would be probably the right thing to do. But I'm just thinking like Ryan Poles. You know.
So, okay. Based on my count, you don't have but one safety currently at starter position. So you missing a starter at safety.
Right.
And Downs gone means you got 2, 3, and 4 in terms of safeties on the board. Top 2 or 3 corners are gone. I'm gonna say the top 3 corners are gone. So now you're talking about the 4th or 5th or the 6th best corner. Pass rusher is subjective. We got 5 of them that have been taken already. So like now you're talking about the 5th, 6th, or 7th best pass rusher, right?
Right.
Do you want to go get the best run stopper in the draft? Or do you want to go get the best center in the draft? Like you got an opportunity right now to shore those needs up. Like they are needs, right? They are needs.
Right. There are needs.
Like you can address that right now. Bookends. A big end, first and second down nose tackle. You can lock that in. You CJ, you talked about McDonald. Big Mac would be that guy. Or Lee Hunter. Lee Hunter is just as serviceable in terms of being a nose tackle. Or you can go and get you another weapon at linebacker. I've been looking for my police.
Yeah.
And there's 4 different linebackers right now on the board that I would boogie with any 4 of them. And I'm going to run them off before the pick get count if we still got the options on any of them. What you was going to say, G?
I was gonna say it would work either way.
I don't know where they at. Where they at this year, y'all? Where the draft at this year?
My fault, coach. They're in Pittsburgh. I meant to say that earlier. I had to pull the phone back up.
Oh, okay.
The Cowboys on the clock get Malachi Lawrence, a sneaky edge guy that could have went under the radar to the Bears because he was on a 30 visit. The Central Florida freak. He's 6'4" with nice bend and explosiveness. This kid could be a star. And because he playing for the star, again, great job by the Dallas Cowboys. I'm ready for the Bears to draft their next great linebacker tonight, fellas. I'm going to say that right now. I'm looking at the board. Say that to anybody watching and listening to us on CNG Podcast. 2026 NFL Draft. Chicago Bears will be on the clock in about 5 minutes exactly. The way I'm looking at this board, CJ, you're talking about middle linebackers, inside linebackers, guys that can police the field or be the captain of your team, the green dot on the helmet. They can be the replacement for TJ Edwards, whether he come back or not.
Yes, sir.
That guy's on the board. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
You don't have to move up. You don't have to move down. You go get your linebacker. Or you're gonna listen to everybody else and go get a safety. And if you go get a safety and you pick the kid from Oregon over the kid from Toledo, that will forever be the decision that will judge you as a drafter, Ryan Poles?
We
It's like
definitely gonna
last year,
find out what they're gonna do.
because last year he did that shit at tight end when he went tight end and he chose Poston over Ty Warren. So like if he looking at the two safeties, he looking at Thineman and he looking at McNeil Warren and he decide one over the other, he gonna have another situation where it's like, okay, are you trusting your coaches to make the decision before you? Where it's like, okay, both of these guys are potentially even as prospects, but you feel like this guy's got a higher ceiling based on how you coach, and that's cool. I like that. This, you know, I think Midway. What is this? Midway Illustrated said probably going cornerback. That wouldn't be a surprise, but it definitely would be a reach.
I mean, because I think we can get a solid cornerback in the second round.
I don't think you need a cornerback in the first or the second round. I think that your issues that you need to address in terms of starting are a little bit more obvious than you need to make it be. Like you got a hole at 3 spots. You know, if all 3 of those spots are available, fill one of them. You know, like don't go take something else because that you feel like he's rated to be a higher graded player. Like that doesn't make sense.
I'm still thinking Caden McDonald. If he's there, the Bears may take him.
Man, Big Mac in Chicago would be great, bro. Big Mac in Chicago would be great. I can see the commercials right now.
Yeah, man, you got to start off from somewhere.
Hey, y'all, we restructured the contracts of Jonah Jackson and Cole Kmet. We talked about it last night, so they restructured them.
Okay.
So now we got like 7. I think it's going to be about 17 million. They opened up. Ole Miss, what we think about Ole Miss, y'all? Why receiver out of Ole Miss?
He jumped up the draft boards late. He's DJ Moore.
Bears are going to be on the board in a couple minutes.
We on now.
Bears pick is in, gentlemen.
I think it's the Ole Miss receiver.
Ryan Poles has an opportunity to get whatever safety he wants, whatever linebacker he wants, and he's got to pick up some explosive receivers. He can wait in the second round for it, or he can go pass rusher. Because the pass rusher still got a second wave of them that, if you use them right, they can be explosive. But all of them got a little bit of a hole to their game. So are you just going to shore up a starting position at the safety spot? Are you going to upgrade your linebacker?
I think Dejon Stribling, man, that's the guy that came in hot this last little drive, man. This last little week, man, he been a talk around the organization, man, to do from Ole Miss. So I don't know.
Told you that's the DJ Moore replacement if they take him. There's a couple of guys that got similar traits and skill sets, but I think that he fits the bill with a lot of people in terms of his makeup. What if we get a kicker though? I'm gonna tell you right now what I'm gonna do if we get a kicker.
I already know you gonna make a beeline to the Alice Hall front door tomorrow.
Nah, I'm gonna stay on this live until I pull up to that bitch tonight. I might get arrested by the people up there at Hallis Hall.
Little by a security guard. You getting taken down on the ground by the security guard.
They tasing me while I'm throwing beer bottles at their ass. You stink.
Bro, it ain't gotta be like this. It ain't gotta be like this, yo. Man. I just feel like Ryan gonna do Ryan things, man. It's always that name that come in late, man, that we don't talk about. They come in real hot, and that's who they take. Somebody, it's a 52 fake out. Nothing conventional about Ryan in the first round, other than Caleb. Everybody in the world knew we were taking Caleb, but who that, bro? Midway Illustrated said they're not taking an off the ball linebacker. They'll probably take one about 4th round, but I feel y'all not first or second. Maybe 2nd round could be a linebacker. I feel like it's a need. I still can't believe, man, Drew Dalman's not going to be playing football for the next year. All pro, gone. Just woke up in the morning and say, I can't do this no more.
I'm going to try to be respectful for that man and not say nothing derogatory.
No, I'm not going to be. I'm just.
I want to be derogatory. That's insane, bro. Like, you just wake up one day, I don't want to play football no more. What?
Yeah.
Never heard that, man. You 27 years old. What the fuck you talking about? The Bears go corner here.
Oh, no. Are you saying that, or do you know we're going?
I said, if they go corner here.
Okay.
I'm reading the question. Who starts at cornerback opposite Jalen Johnson week 1? It shouldn't be this 25th pick selection. Again, right. You have 3 glaring holes. 3rd down pass rush specialist to pair with Austin Booker. Strong or free safety, some type of hybrid guy that can play off complement of Kobe Bryant. And in the second most obvious nature in terms of their holes would be defensive tackle, nose guard. All of those holes right now can be addressed with the 25th pick, with the second best player at those spots. Just pick one. Don't fuck it up. Don't outthink it. Don't get cute. It's right in front of you.
Yeah. Hey man, Ole Miss, man. I'm going with the guy from Ole Miss, man. Something weird about this pick.
If you go wide receiver and it's not the kid from A&M, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to blow my noodles.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies and gentlemen, CNG Podcast 2026, the Chicago Bears with the 25th selection. Take
my boy,
Dylan Denneman from Oregon.
DB. I was calling the shot, or not tonight, but I was calling it earlier in the week. I said, I love this kid.
We drafted Chris Conte. Motherfuck this thing, bro.
Not Chris Conte. Sean.
And you know, I see
He a
this kid.
dog, man.
I see this kid plus the all in there.
Oh, he a dog, man. He one of them dudes, man. Look at him, Sean. Look at the swagger. He could pull up at the card game, Sean.
Hey man,
Come on, man. He got the swagger, Sean. He got two. Hey, Sean. He got two on his arm coming to the card game. And he ain't driving. Come on, man. I like this shit, bro. I like this pick. He give me Chicago vibes. He give me that.
Let me tell
Give
you
me
something, bro. At his best, he's Harrison Smith, which was a good safety for a decent amount of time for the NFC North, for the Minnesota Vikings, bro. So I mean, if you want to go with a finesse safety, cool. All right, that's your other starter that goes opposite of Kobe Bryant.
He's definitely gonna play strong. He ain't playing free. He'll definitely be in the box.
Hey fella.
Well, my name yesterday was Dylan on my tag yesterday on the show. I just think he one of my dudes, man.
I saw that.
Yeah, he one of my dudes, man. I've been on him for a minute. I just thought, knowing what Ryan does, it's that hot name that come in late. But this guy right here, man, he can. I think we just went with Need on the first pick. I mean, he's definitely not the best player on the board.
No, he's not.
He's definitely not the best
He's
player.
not.
We went Need. We
No,
went strictly
man.
Need.
This is my problem, bro.
I
This is
understand,
my
dog.
problem, bro. What's wrong with you drafting Trench? This guy refuses to draft Trench. I'm sick of this, man. I'm done, bro. I am done with the damn. This dude is a dummy, bro. Allen, man, I ain't telling you your evaluation on Dylan is not a valid one. I saw him a little bit in the Big Ten when he played at Purdue. I wasn't that impressed with his, he didn't pop for me. Like the safeties, that's a position of pop. Like 3 or 4 times a game, I need you to make a pop play. If he's Harrison Smith, meaning he's good in coverage, sound tackler, that's cool. I want more.
Yeah.
I want a disruptive pass rusher or a disruptive nose cloud on the front of my line that was drafted in the first round that will be playing for the next 6 to 7 years as a Chicago Bear. Like, where's my Hakeem Hicks, bro? And if you're telling me those are coming later, that's cool. But you're not getting those traits later in the draft, bro.
No, you're not. They're gonna be gone. Look, somebody is traded up. Houston just jumped.
If Houston picks a defensive lineman, bro, I'm gonna need 2 minutes off this recording, bro, because it's gonna be a lot of swearing, because they just gave Will Anderson $50 million. They still got Danielle Hunter. They drafted a defensive tackle last year. They trying to create a brick wall. They go get Cade McDonald or Lee Hunter. Oh my. Man, come on, bro. What's wrong with Ryan Poles drafting lineman, bro? Like, when he has a problem drafting lineman, bro, you an offensive lineman, bro. You played lineman. You don't draft line. Like, what is that? I ain't never seen this guy I ain't never seen a general manager so afraid of a position to address a position in the draft. That must be his taboo. And Rutledge was the best guard center option on the board. Funny, a guard center. You went for need, but you left out guard center, which you need a guard center. But hey, whatever. You got Dylan Denneman.
We got Dylan. That's
Man.
we got Dylan.
I'm so sick of this motherfucker not drafting linemen. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired, bro. And then the pick right after it is one of the most physical center prospects in the draft. Like it's a reminder that Ryan Poles refused to build a tough team. A team built on the trench, bro. You're not winning on the perimeter, bro. You're not going to win in the NFL at a Super Bowl level on the perimeter, bro. Quarterback is too good. The coach is too good, bro. You need guys that can beat the game up when the ball is snapped.
Fire off the football.
Hike. 93's in the backfield. 94's in the backfield. 95's in the backfield. 99's been in the backfield all game. That's how you win championships, bro. Having waves of guys, man. Waves of guys that you can throw at an offense to throw them out of their sync. You think you're going to cover everybody with these? Come on, bro.
Sean.
Let's read this message, Alan. Isabella Wilson. Well, I like this Dylan kid's attitude. He's clearly very happy and excited to be a Chicago Bear, as he should be.
You better be, Isabella. We need that. We need that attitude. And Charlotte, I want to add to her comment. What position do you think he will be best at? Do you think he needs to be center field, what he played at Oregon, or do we need to bring Kobe in the box, or vice versa?
They're getting exactly what they wanted, which was a hybrid safety that can play both. Dennis Allen loves interchangeable safeties. If you look at all of his history, he's had two guys that you can swap out at either position, free or safety. So he really has a team full of hybrids. Cam Lewis, the same thing. A hybrid nickel that can play a little bit of free or a little bit of strong. You know what I mean? Like, he likes most guys that can play multiple spots in coverage. So I think if you look at his physical stature, he'll probably be more impactful in free safety. But at the end of the day, Kobe Bryant is a better player at that position.
Right.
Now you're force feeding him into the Jaquan Brisker role and hoping that he'll be better in coverage than Jaquan, but hoping that his athletic traits or his skill set and his fit in the scheme makes up in what you were supposed to get in the run game. Because your safety's got to make an impact against the run, which it didn't happen this past year. And I know Jaquan was making business decisions in terms of trying not to come down here and knock his neck off, so that he can maintain an NFL career. But if you got a kid out of Oregon that's played more wide coverage, not necessarily down, that's something new for him. So for me, I don't necessarily even look at it as the best ideal fit. I thought McNeil Warren had way better traits that complemented Kobe Bryant, allowing him to be the guy that you move around in your front. I mean, in your back four, back seven, and pretty much use him as your matchup guy, and let the kids sit back there and protect home, because that's what he is. He's basically Peanut Tillman and free safety, the guy that can get from both hashes with the turn of his hips. At 6'3" and that arm length, bro, that's the type of range that you would have liked to see as a weapon, as a secondary tool for Dennis Allen. I don't like Dinnerman because of his stature, nor do I think that he's explosive enough for me as safety for me to fall in love with the kid, bro.
Right. But the thing I liked about him, Shaw, when I watched him in that bowl game, Shaw, he was all over the place. He was like one of those kids that when you on the field, you're like, as an offensive player, you're like, damn, I see this motherfucker on every play. Like, as an offensive lineman, when you see DBs flying by your knees and feet, he one of them dudes. Like,
if he popping on the tape for you, I gotta go back and look at his film.
And like not that last bowl game, because I was like, damn, that dude bop. He's really one of those dudes.
I watched them play Utah. I watched their game against USC, and I watched them in the bowl. I've seen a lot of defensive backs out of Oregon, and I take it in context for the fact that conference breeds a certain type of athlete. So it's not the traditional downhill thumper that you get from the SEC or somewhere in the Midwest. So he's going to be more of a rangy guy. And I understand the comparison to Harrison Smith up in Minnesota, him being more of a
everybody left the Colts what it was like over there until they got production. You gotta have those guys. That is a big deal. At the Super Bowl, it's simple kind of need for these offensive line to go in. See what that means for them. It's been credit to Jim Farley, the offensive line coach at Utah, 2 first rounders here.
I don't know.
All right, what's up? I'm back.
Okay.
We probably can go ahead and I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up because the first round is about to come to an end. The Bears already made the selection.
Yeah. Yeah, man. We can pick this back up tomorrow, man. I think second and third tomorrow.
Yeah, yes. All right, so we appreciate everybody for coming in and leaving comments. Isabella, we appreciate you. One of the OGs of the CNG podcast.
Yeah, it's been a good night, man. I feel like, man, we're gonna be all right, man. I'm all right with the pick. You know, I was kind of calling it out for a while, but you know, I just like his style of play. You know, he addressed the need, but I don't think he was the best player left on the board. But I can understand what Ryan said. It was a safe pick, you know. So we're gonna go with it. So our safety position is taken care of. So now we can move on and try to address some other needs.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, all right, we're about to wrap this up. We'll probably be back here tomorrow for round 2, round 3. I'm CJ, OG Allen down there. CNG podcast. We're about to get up out of here.
Peace.